Hi, my name is Samiha Rahman, and today I'll be showing you guys how to make the outer box. Let's get started. What you'll be needing are 12 pieces of square paper. Make sure they are all the same. I'm going to start off with my green paper and I'm going to fold it in half, making sure the creases are sharp. I'm now going to open it up and fold the bottom edge to the middle and fold the top edge also to the middle. Now I'm going to just crease it. Now I'm going to take the middle top flap and I'm going to fold it up to the top edge. Make sure this is very sharp. You want to turn your model around and do the same thing on the other side. Take your middle top flap and fold it up to the top edge. You now want to flip your whole model over and take the bottom right corner and fold it to the top edge. Flip it and do the same thing. Now I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to take my straight bottom middle flap and fold it up to the top middle flap. Make sure you get the triangle in there also. Next, I'm going to take my right corner, fold it in, flip it around, and take my right corner of my other diamond and just fold it in. We are now done making one piece. You want to do the same thing with all of your 11 pieces of other paper. Here I am, done with all 12 pieces of my folded paper. Now I want my bottom to be all yellow, so I picked out 4 yellow pieces. Now listen carefully. I'm going to take 2 flaps. One flap I am going to open up at the very end. And I'm going to try to look for a triangle pocket on the other flap. I'm going to insert my triangle flap into the triangle pocket as shown. Now we have 2 sides connected of our bottom base. Now I am just going to do the very same thing like I did before with my 3rd and 4th piece. Find a pocket and put my flap inside the pocket. For the very last piece of paper, you want to insert the flap into both sides of the paper. Now we have successfully finished our whole bottom base. Now I am going to connect my side pieces for the box. I'm going to pick up my orange piece because that's the color of the side I want. I am going to look for a pocket that does not already have a flap inserted, but instead a pocket that has no flaps and is totally empty. I am going to enter my flap inside the pocket as shown. I am going to flip my little yellow flap in front of the orange. As you can see, the orange flap has a little pocket, so you can easily insert the yellow inside the orange. To make it a little easier, try to flatten both pieces out with your thumb. To make the corners a little sharp, try to pinch it. Okay, now let's connect our second side. Same thing as we did before, I'm going to insert the green into the bottom, take my yellow piece, put it on top of the green, and just put it in. Make sure you fix sides as you go. I'm just going to do the very same thing with my other 2 sides. This is how your box should look with the base, including the 4 sides. Let's now construct our top part of the box. Make sure the flap, when you open it up, is facing downwards. You want to insert this downwards facing flap into the pocket as shown. You next want to take your little green flap and fold it in front of the yellow and fold it inside of the yellow flap, conveniently placed. You want to do the same exact thing for your 2nd, 3rd, and 4th flap. Insert it into the pocket shown and fold the orange on top, fold it inside of the yellow, and then with your extra yellow flap that is just hanging from the side, take this flap and insert it into the yellow pocket right next to it. Now I am going to go ahead and connect my third flap just like I did with my second flap. Now we have one more flap remaining. To make sure this process isn't hard, folding this corner, flatten both flaps out with your thumb just to make the process a little bit more easier. And with our last two remaining flaps, I'm just going to fold them on top of each other and insert it to the pocket right next to the flap. Right now I'm just pinching every vertex of the box to make the corners look crisp and sharp. To make the inner box, you will be needing 6 pieces of paper, the ones that you use to make the outer box. I'm going to take my first piece of paper and fold it in half. After that, I'm going to open up the flap and I'm going to fold in the bottom to the middle and fold the top to the middle. Make sure you crease well. Okay, after that I'll open the two flaps up and I'll make sure the lines are going vertical. I will fold the left corner to the first vertical line and the right corner to the very same vertical line. After that, you want to open up your flap and fold the left vertical line up. Make sure it is very straight. And then you want to take your right corner and fold it up to this middle line. And then you just want to take this little top corner and just fold it in along the triangle. And then you want to take up this whole section and just fold it down, just like we did with the bottom. Right now, you want to turn your figure around and you want to fold the right corner up to the very middle. And then when you open that flap, you'll notice there's a little pocket near the top. You want to fold your corner into this very pocket. This part is a little tricky, so watch out. And after that, you just want to straighten everything out. And then you want to flip your piece around and you will notice there's a middle crease along a diagonal. You want to fold both of your flaps up to this middle crease, starting with the right flap and then the left flap. And make sure you crease this part very well. You are now done with your first piece. You want to do the same exact thing to your other 5 pieces. Here I am just going along and finishing up folding the other 5 pieces. This is how you assemble. Pick up 2 pieces, make sure they are facing upwards. You'll find a pocket and you want to insert your one flap into a pocket. Make sure you're holding on to these pieces. You want to take your third piece and do the same. You'll find a pocket on the top and you want to enter it. And then you just want to hold the figure in your hands and you'll see a flap and you want to bring it upwards in front and you want to tuck it into the pocket as shown. Okay. And then you want to take your 4th piece and instead of putting it in a pocket that already has a flap coming out, you want to put it into a pocket that has no flaps coming out of the side. And then you want to take your bottom flap and bring it upwards and just tuck it in. You want to do the same thing with your 5th piece. You want to fold it into a pocket that has no flaps coming out. And you want to tuck each flap into its designated pocket right in front of it. Okay, what you want to do is now grab your very last flap and you want to tuck it into a pocket that has no flaps coming out. You want to pick up those 2 flaps underneath and just tuck it into their designated pocket in front. Make sure as you fold the flaps in, you tighten the box as you go. With your very last flap, you want to fold it into the pocket in front. And here you are done with our inside box. As you can see, it fits exactly inside of our outer box. Okay, to make a mini outer box that fits inside your outer box, all you have to do is take your same paper that you used to make your outer box and fold it into 4 pieces. And just make 12 of these pieces, and you can use these to make a mini outer box. To make an even smaller one, take your green paper, fold it into 4s again, and simply just make 12 of these little papers to make your mini box. And here we are, done with our finished result. Make sure you get creative with this, and good luck!